lock in, warriors of the Iron Voice, and brace for a reckoning. Once again, this is Panzer Unleashed. And once again, as always, I'm your host, Scott Panzer Paulson, the blade in the shadow and the fist in the face of the corrupt, and your war cry for the truth. And I'm not here to hold hands or sing kumbaya with the traitors who sold this nation down the river. Today, we're gonna fucking storm the gates of hell itself, dragging three of the biggest names in American politics. That's right, kiddies, you heard it right. Grab the rope! That's right, we got Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton into the light and calling them what they are. They are treasonous vipers who deserve to face a public trial and execution. And to every sellout in this country, this should be a warning. And this right here is not no conspiracy bullshit or none of that barstool fucking talk. We're talking declassified documents, whistleblower testimonies, court filings, and cold, hard evidence of betrayal that's been buried by a complicit media and a spineless system that's been deteriorating for way too fucking long, in my opinion. But these three right here didn't just fail America. They fucking stabbed us in the back, bled us dry, and handed the keys to our enemies while smiling for the cameras. And from weaponizing the deep state to selling out our fucking nation, their crimes scream for justice, my friends. And I'm here to amplify that fucking scream as always, until it shakes the foundations of this corrupt empire. And we're diving into their rap sheets tonight. Yeah, specifics, documented details, and the lives that have been destroyed to protect their power. And this is a call right now, my friends, because they have destroyed everything to protect their power. And like I said, it's a warning to every traitor that the Iron Voice will not be silenced. So once again, my friends, strap in, load your truth, and let's burn this fucking house of lies to the goddamn ground once and for all. Because I'm here and I'm bringing the fucking apocalypse with me. And treason, my friends, that is not just a fucking word. That is a death sentence for betraying your nation, your people, and your oath. And Barack Obama, fucking Joe Biden, and Hillary Clinton aren't just politicians, my friend. They are fucking architects of America's decline, orchestrating schemes that undermine our freedom, our security, and our way of life. And the fucking mainstream media out there, those little lapdogs at CNN, MSNBC, and the New York Times, call them heroes. Can you fucking believe that? But the evidence, my friends, paints a whole different picture of traitors and who sold out the republic for power, profit, and the fucking globalist agenda. And we're tearing into the crimes, my friend, case by case, and exposing the rot that they have been hiding from us, and why they deserve to face a public trial and the ultimate penalty of treason. So let's go ahead and rip this shit off, because it's time to grab the rope, my friend. Case number one that I want to talk about. That's right, good old Barack Obama. What about the Iran deal? Remember that betrayal, people, back in 2015? Oh yeah, Barack Obama's crown fucking jewel, the Iran nuclear deal. Officially the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JCPOA, sold to the public as a path to peace. It was a fucking backroom handshake with a regime that chants death to America, huh? Yeah, Obama. That fucker's team funneled $1.7 billion. That's right, not million, billion in cash. literal pallets of fucking dollars, euros, and Swiss francs to Iran, the world's leading state sponsor for terrorism. And declassified Treasury reports 2016 confirmed the payments made in unmarked planes to skirt sanctions. And why, you might ask? To prop up a deal that let Iran keep its nuclear program, with inspections so fucking weak that they're a joke. And the Wall Street Journal back in 2016 reported that Iran's little deals kept spinning. And by 2020, they were closer to a bomb than ever. A fucking nuke. And this right here, my friends, wasn't diplomacy. It was straight out treason. And Obama bypassed Congress, straight up ignored the Constitution's treaty clause, and empowered a regime that funds Hezbollah, Hamas, and attacks on the U.S. troops and whistleblowers like former IAEA Inspector David Albright. You know, he revealed back in 2018 that Iran hid nuclear sites, violating the deal from fucking day one. And funny thing, Obama knew that declassified emails from his State Department showed they downplayed Iran's violation to save face. And the cost? Billions in fucking sanctions relief that fueled Iran's proxy wars, killing American soldiers in Iraq via IEDs, and traced right there to Iran. And Obama's deals didn't just stop at a bomb. It literally bankrolled terror while weakening America's ally. And why the noose? Because Obama knowingly enriched an enemy state, sidelined the fucking Senate, and lied to the American people. All while our troops paid the fucking price. He sent our men and women who fight for this country to fucking die. And his administration, his own Ben Rhodes, admitted in 2016 in the New York Times Magazine interview that they created an echo chamber to sell the deal, manipulating the media, think tanks, and that right there, my friends, that's not leadership. That is fucking betrayal, dressed up in a suit and a smile. And a public trial would expose the fucking blood on his hands. And Trump, he just released that little video, and hopefully he does stand by this and takes these motherfuckers to the gallows. Because America needs to send a clear message. We're done with these traitors. We are fucking done with the corruption. You know what? No one sells out America and walks free, you motherfuckers. And Joe Biden? Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and rewind. 2021, August. Fucking Afghanistan, the catastrophe. You know, Joe Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan right there, that wasn't just a fucking failure. It was a deliberate betrayal of the American lives and allies. Because, you know, after 20 fucking years, $2 trillion and thousands of U.S. deaths, Biden pulled out with no plan, leaving fucking chaos in his wake. And, you know, the Washington Post actually in 2021 reported that the Pentagon warned him. Secure Bagram Air Base now. Evacuate the civilians first. And guess what? Old sleepy fucking Joe ignored everything. And the results? Kabul fell to the fucking Taliban in days. 13 U.S. service members died in a fucking suicide bombing by those little jihad crazy fuckers. And hundreds of Americans were stranded there. And tens of fucking thousands of the Afghan allies, the interpreters, and all the soldiers and families, they were left to the Taliban to be butchered. And it happened, folks. Because the declassified military reports of 2022, it shows that Biden's team knew the risk, but prioritized optics over lives. And they literally abandoned $7 billion in U.S. weapons, Blackhawks, Humvees, drones, now in the Taliban hands. You know, per the government accountability, you know, the Office of China and Russia, they fucking swooped right in. And reverse engineering our tech, like they automatically were on that. They took up everything. Our helicopters, they literally sold it for more intel. And like I said, you know, while the Taliban was parading around with our rifles, Biden's State Department, led by Anthony fucking Blinken, lied to Congress, claiming that evacuations were orderly. And the whistleblowers like, what was his name? Marine Lieutenant, what's his name? Colonel Scheller, I think his name was. He resigned in the protests because he exposed the truth. And the White House suppressed it and ignored all the warnings, ignored everything. And while Scheller, he faced a court-martial for just speaking out about it. And this was treason by neglect. Because Biden handed a fucking terrorist group literally a military arsenal. He abandoned our allies to slaughter and left Americans to die, all to claim a political win. Yeah, his 2021 speech blaming Trump was the most fucking coward dodge. You know, like I said, the declassified cables show his team botched the fucking exit. You know, and a public trial would just lay bare, you know, and his reckless abandonment of duty. And the noose would tell every future leader, you do not leave us to die and then go call it a day. Bring out the rope and bring out Joe Biden. Just like I said, man, this is so insane to me that we put so much trust in these people to lead us, to govern us, and they don't care about us. They are all too busy lining their fucking pockets. And last but not least, we got a third rope here. That's right, Hillary Clinton. You know, Benghazi's bloodstained lies. Yeah, September 11th, 2020 or 2012, back in Benghazi, Libya. 4 Americans, Ambassador Chris Stevens, Sean Smith, Tyrone Woods, and Glenn Doherty, died in a fucking terrorist attack on U.S. diplomatic compound. And Hillary Clinton, yeah, the Secretary of State, yeah, wasn't just negligent. She was complicit in a cover-up that fucking reeked of treason. Because declassified emails from her private server, yeah, back in 2015, it shows that she knew the attack was planned by Al-Qaeda and their linked groups, and not a spontaneous protest over a fucking YouTube video, as she told the public, you know, and the House of Benghazi. You know, that committee report in 2016 confirmed she rejected requests for more security, leaving that compound vulnerable. And Clinton's private email server, illegal under federal law. Illegal. You know, she hid her communications about Benghazi. And the FBI investigations in 2016 found 110 classified fucking emails. Some top secret shit on her unsecured server. So, do the math. You know, accessible to foreign hijackers. You know, China and Russia, they definitely more than likely got a peek. And, you know, she lied to Congress, you know, to the victims' families, claiming the video sparked the attack, while privately, you know, emailing her daughter it was terrorism. You know, the cover-up protected Obama's 2012 re-election narrative because Al-Qaeda is on the run. You know, meanwhile, 4 Americans were dead. You know, their blood is on her hands. And you might ask, Panzer, why the gallows? Because Clinton's negligence left Americans defenseless. And her fucking lies shielded her boss's campaign. And her server compromised national security. A public trial would expose her betrayal. And the noose, like I said, it's going to scream that no one sacrifices American lives for votes and walks away. And once again, people, like I said, you have to open your eyes to this and bring out the rope, America. We need to set a fucking standard here now. You know, it's been too long. You know, America has lost its balls, and we need to show everybody out there that we are done fucking around with you people. You know, if you are here to destroy us, you're here to commit treason, here to infiltrate our beautiful America and try to destroy us from within, get the rope. And like I said, people, we've waddled through their little blood and their treason. And we've seen the faces of betrayal. Heard the fucking lies that they have sold out America. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, you fucking hear this? America is speaking. These aren't leaders right here, people. These are fucking traitors and architects of a nation's decline who traded our security and our lives for power. Like I said, people, it's not gonna fucking go away. We have to stand up and fight. You know, and if you're out there raging against this corrupt machine, know this. Every truth you speak, every fucking lie that you expose is a bullet in their armor. They want you silent. They want you fucking scared. They want you submissive. But here on Panzer Unleashed, this is where we amplify our iron voices. And we're not here to fucking negotiate with these fucking traitors or beg for mercy from a system that they have rigged already. We're here to fucking tear it down, to drag their sins into the light, and to stand with the righteous until the Republic is free again. Because this fight right here, my friends, is far from fucking over. It's just getting hotter. Because every patriot who calls out the corruption, every voice that refuses to bend is the fire that keeps this war alive. So keep shouting, keep fighting, and keep swinging at the machine's rotten heart. Because the Iron Voice Society is with you, my friends. We are here screaming your truth to every corner of this betrayed nation. As always, this is Scott Panzer Paulson, my friend, signing off here from Hack Studios. And the rebellion never sleeps, my friend. So lock in across every platform out there that we're on. Spotify, YouTube, BitChute, Odyssey, Goyam TV, Rumble, Podbean. And you can find me on Gab as well. Just type in Scott Ryan Paulson. Or on X, Scott Panzer Paulson. At PanzerFront14. And once again, share this episode, spread the inferno, my friends, and never, ever fucking let their lies stand. Because this world is yours. This nation is ours. This is Panzer, out.